Happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week. I hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. It is warm outside. I just came in from running a couple errands and whew, look at me. I'm already sweaty. It's nice and warm. Let me know how your Friday is going. Say hello. Drop a hello, drop a what's up. Let me know in the chat and let me know you guys are here. We're going to talk about what bad food is and falling off track on the weekends. And I know that it's the last week of school, the kids are out. And so I want to talk about something that I feel like I get a lot of questions on and a lot of questions in my DMs of how do I stay in track on the weekends? Those of you that are watching, tuning in, let me know, do you have trouble staying on track on the weekends? Or is it more during the week? What is it for you guys? Is it the week or is it the weekends that you guys find yourself struggling? I want to know week or weekends that you feel like you fall off track. So really, and I think a lot of the times, even when the kids are in school, your kids are in school, you have more of a routine, you have sports every weekend, you have something going on. So let's talk about why I feel like a lot of the times it feels like we're falling off track on the weekends when really we can make a few shifts and really go a long way. Okay. So first off, the idea that food is bad or is there's any type of bad food, there's no such thing as bad food. Okay. There is carbs that may be more like carb heavy or more foods that are more fat sensitive, depending on what you're eating, but there are no bad foods. And social media has made it very much of a social media like fear-mongering food, fear-mongering different things you eat. Like everywhere you turn in, it's you can't drink water, you can't breathe air, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like at some point, it's got to stop. But the fear-mongering is a huge part. And the fear-mongering, a lot of the times, is that food is bad and that you ate bad food. So that's why you fall off track on the weekends, because you're eating bad food. And it's not that you're eating bad food, but I bet you notice the food choices that you pick. So what you pick for food choices, such as if it's hot out and you eat a pretty carb heavy pasta, noodles, something more heavier, you're going to notice probably you're sleepier in the afternoons, especially in the heat. And doing that versus something with a little bit more protein, lighter on the food, energy, depending on your food choices. So that's one of the things of how you feel. But a lot of the times on the weekends, we fall off track because we don't have a plan. Okay. We know that if you're travel baseball and parents running around and have sports going on every weekend, you're usually packing a cooler. You're usually on top of it, especially with getting warm and preparing and being ahead of time. You can also do that with your meals and little snacks to make it easier for you. Packing beef jerky, a Greek yogurt, packing a protein shake, some string cheese, healthy other snacks as far as that goes, and preparing for the weekend because you know you're going to be there. Because tell me this too, another thing, if you can relate to this, Saturday morning is your day to sleep in, and you get to sleep in a little bit and then wake up and you don't really have anything planned unless you plan something. So you really don't have anything to get up and going. You're off your timetable of when you normally ate. So then it throws you off because you don't have a plan. And then, you're kind of fumbling from there. So just planning ahead for the weekend and knowing like that if you have a plan, you're going to be a lot more prepared. And just kind of looking at your weekend, if you are chilling at the house and chilling all day, perfect. You can do that. But also, like, do you make the decisions of, I'm sitting around, I'm not doing stuff all day. Get outside and do something. Get outside, especially this nice weather. We've been begging for it year round. And this nice weather allows you to get more steps in, to be outside, to get some sun and vitamin D and absorb that and really just take it in, some outside and fresh air. And doing that will help you with more on staying on track on the weekends. But the biggest thing I think is just having a plan. Like if you're still having a plan and you still track your food, you can know where you're at. It allows you to have more fluctuations if you're going on date night or if you're going to grab dinner with the girls and grab a glass of wine and dinner. It's nicer out. So patios, we're going to be grilling, having some drinks, enjoying it. And so just thinking about that, and like, also it's a first nice weekend without some wind, especially here in the Midwest, so you're going to want to get out. You're going to want to get around water, having drinks. Doesn't mean you can't have drinks, but maybe instead of every drink, we do a drink and some water in between, a bottle of water and a drink, and while you're still drinking and doing that, you're hydrating yourself. You're saving yourself from that hangover, because I know, and if you guys know, if you're guys my age at 35, man, hangover now lasts me like 3 days. If I really polish one off, like, dude, after Nebraska football games, whoo boy, if I go out and have a little bit too much fun, I am hurting until like Monday or Tuesday. So then, you know what? Guess what happens? You polish a few off, you wake up. Guess what? You're a little bit depressed. You're a little bit anxious. Your anxiety's up. Anybody else ever notice that after you go out and party a little bit, the next day you're a little bit more anxious? Or you notice that you're maybe swelling and retaining. You're going to be hungover, so we're not getting up. We're laying around all day. We're not getting our steps. We're feeling like crap. So then what does that do over by kicking it over to the weekend? And, you're hungover now Sunday. You don't want to go meal prep, so you don't prep your meals. So then as we roll into Monday, we don't have our food prep because we slept all day. I'm not saying you can't make these decisions, like have fun every now and then, guys, but decisions that are going to be more for your future self than decisions that keep you in the past, in this version of you that you've been telling yourself you're going to start making better choices. You've been telling yourself you're going to start showing up to the gym. You've been telling yourself that you're going to finally meal prep, but every weekend something comes over. And that's what it is. It's you guys holding yourself accountable and making decisions instead of the past version of you that gets to enjoy the now. Yes, it's nice now, first weekend, but guess what? Wouldn't it feel really good in 4 weeks for you to be at your goal and eating foods you like and not being told you're eating bad foods because you go and you have some barbecue or some grill? We're cooking on the flat stone, like having those meals as summer come along and you're feeling better. You're in better clothes versus enjoying it now, still not feeling it. And then guess what? You shame yourself because you fell off track and you're like, I told myself I was going to do this again. And the way you negative self-talk again, the food choices we're eating and the drink choices we're eating fall over into there. Or if we're eating our protein and eating, chicken breast or a steak for lunch, a burger, doing something more fully, more satiated, more full, we're going to see those progress and not feel as sluggish over the weekend. And if you stay consistent, have a plan and plan that you're going out to eat ahead of time. So you plan your meals so the afternoon and the morning are great during the weekend. Preparing to be successful and choosing and making choices that future Bobby and future Josh and future Rachel, future Samantha here watching, what are those decisions that she's making 6 months from now because you decided you didn't fall off track, you stuck to the plan, you were prepared. Yep. So preparing to be successful is what will make us and be there. Yep. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense that you can eat different foods and eat foods that are off your plan normally? Just track them and allow yourself to understand what you're eating so then you can learn better and make better and healthier choices. Because the worst thing you can do is just eat it and not worry about it and talk shit to yourself until you ate like a fat ass. Or you can learn from it, make decisions, understand how it's affecting you, and understand how you can better prepare so you can still eat these foods, still hit your goals, still have some drinks, still have fun, enjoy summer, and it doesn't feel like it's just some job that you always have to do. Okay? So I'm challenging you guys to come up with a plan going into Friday evening with dinner with the fam. we're choosing to stay in on a Friday night instead of go out. Who would have thought? We're getting to bed early so we can get up and get our steps in because we have a busy Saturday. We're spending it out and about. So preparing, and just being, and you guys know your own habits, like yourself. You know if you're going to do it or not. So find yourself a way that you can do it so you don't fall off track and you don't feel like you're not succeeding when really you are, because you're getting 1% better every day. You're slowly making better choices. Would the same person that's watching this and the decisions you're making now, would this version of you 3 months from now be making these decisions? Probably not. So give yourself more credit and give yourself time to go through this progress one step at a time. Okay? So we're not falling off track this weekend. We're staying on. Summer's coming up. We're enjoying it. And you guys are coming in Monday feeling really good and feeling confident as we go into the 4th week in May. Craziness. 2 weeks left and we're there. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Drop your takeaways below and I'll catch you guys all very soon.